Welcome to HorbillTV's Explainer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Al. We are all glued to our TVs and phones following Israel's war on the Palestinian militant group Hamas. It all started on October 7th at about 6:30 a.m. in Israel. The militants chose to attack when the Israelis were wrapping up a 7-day-long Jewish festival of Sukkot on Saturday. The Hamas launched an estimated about 2,000 to 5,000 missiles into the country from Gaza. An Israeli embassy spokesperson said that the death toll has risen to at least 900 Israelis, most of them civilians. That's what the report says, ladies and gentlemen. About 2,500 people have been reportedly wounded. Let's go through the timeline of the attack and recent developments of the ongoing conflict. So these are the main points of this explainer. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hamas militants fired an estimated about 2,200 rockets, which were fired into southern and central Israel, including capital Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. The Hamas militants claim that at least 5,000 rockets were fired, all landing in southern and central Israel. Following the rocket attack, Hamas militants stormed blockaded areas of the Gaza Strip, shooting at Jewish settlers in the Gaza Strip. Video footage surfaced on the internet showing Hamas militants taking Israeli citizens, including mothers, children, and the elderly, hostage and taking them across the Gaza border. Updates on Tuesday said Israeli authorities reported that up to 150 hostages were being held in Gaza. That's what Israel's permanent representative to the United Nations, Gilad Erdan, said earlier. On October 7, about 10:30 a.m. local time, Israeli jet fighters launched retaliatory strikes on Gaza. At about 11:30 a.m., Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued a statement saying Israel is at war. So this is not a so-called military operation, not another round of fighting there, but war. That's what the Israeli Prime Minister said. So far, Israel's death toll has risen to at least 900, with more than 2,616 persons injured. That's what a report said. At recent count, the media reported that at least 30 Israeli police officers were killed in the fighting, mainly in Beirut, where Hamas gunmen took control of a police station. On the other side of the conflict in Gaza, reports said approximately 794 Palestinians have been killed and approximately 4,000 people injured. With the conflict escalating and Israel besieging Gaza, the Palestinian Health Ministry in Gaza has called for what they call the opening of a safe corridor to ensure the entry of urgent medical aid into the territory's hospitals. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States said at least 11 American citizens were thus among killed. Thailand has also updated the number of its nationals who were killed from 12 to 18 on Tuesday. 9 were reportedly wounded and 11 were taken captive. Again, 10 Nepalese citizens have been killed. That's what the Nepalese embassy in Tel Aviv said. On Tuesday, Gaza Strip was still being bombarded by the Israeli forces. Ladies and gentlemen, Newsweek reports that so far the Israeli forces have dropped approximately 1,000 tons of bombs on Gaza. After the bombardment by the Israeli warplanes, Hamas said it would execute an Israeli captive for every civilian house bombed without warning. The Israeli government has declared the entire Gaza as a zone of siege. It declared full siege of the territory after the attacks began. The Israeli military also said it had regained full control of the Gaza fence along the border and declared a full siege of the area, cutting off water and power supplies to the Palestinian territory. Amid this horrifying conflict, ladies and gentlemen, statements of condemnations continue to be issued by the international community, including the United Nations. France, Germany, Italy, United Kingdom, and the United States have expressed support to Israel as the country fights the Palestinian terrorist group Hamas. The 5 countries issued a statement in support of Israel earlier. Today, President Emmanuel Macron of France, the Chancellor of Germany, Olaf Scholz, Prime Minister of Italy, Giorgia Meloni, and the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Rishi Sunak of the United Kingdom, and of course the President of the United States, Joe Biden, expressed their united support to the State of Israel, and they expressed condemnation of the Hamas's action and its appalling, what they call the appalling acts of terrorism. The 5 countries made clear that terrorist actions of the Hamas group have no justification, no legitimacy, and their actions must be universally condemned. That's what the world leaders said. The White House stated that there is never any justification for terrorism, and that the world has watched in horror as Hamas terrorists massacred families in their homes, slaughtered over 200 young people enjoying a music festival, and kidnapped elderly women, children, and entire families who are now being held hostages. That's what the global leaders said. Earlier, India too expressed its support to Israel and denounced all forms of terrorism. Ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, said on Tuesday that the people of India stand firmly with Israel. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken reaffirmed Washington's support to secure the release of all hostages held by Hamas. Media reports say that the United States has already begun delivering critically needed munitions and military equipment to Israel. However, the United States said it has no intention of putting its military on the ground, but would protect U.S. interests in the region. The U.S. Secretary for Defense Lloyd J. Austin has ordered movement of U.S. Navy aircraft carriers to the eastern Mediterranean Sea. He said that the United States government will be rapidly providing the Israel Defense Forces with additional equipment and resources. Media reports said also that Turkey is ready to act as a mediator to end the conflict in this regard. It looks unlikely that the bombardment and the bloodshed will end soon. Ladies and gentlemen, the possibility of either a long drawn-out conflict with Hamas or a swift catastrophic destruction to end the war may be best summed up by the grim promise of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. They will pay the price and will remember it for a long time. That's what he said. Thank you for watching Hornbill TV, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Al Nguli. See you next time.